Good morning, all. Good morning. A very good morning to all. Is screen visible and audible? So kindly mark the attendance with 3 parameters. Okay. So this is the video lecture on design and analysis of algorithms. So in today's class, we have already discussed with recurrence relations, recursive algorithms, mathematical analysis of recursive algorithms. So in that, which are the recursive algorithms we have discussed? So which are the recursive algorithms we have discussed till now? So we have discussed with first one factorial. What is the order for factorial? So factorial we have discussed. Next we have gone with a tower of Hanoi. So after that, now we are currently discussing with the tower of Hanoi only. So I will be explaining it again. So kindly go through the concepts here. Okay. So in this, what is the recurrence relation for fact? Can anyone tell what is the recurrence relation for fact? So we have gone with so many recurrence relations. So can anybody can tell what is the recurrence relation for fact? So kindly have a chat box and whenever I ask the question, have a knowledge of typing in the chat box. So what is the recurrence relation? So recurrence relation for a fact is m of n is equal to m of n minus 1 plus 1. So it is m of n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, what is the order of the growth for fact? Order of growth for fact. So order of the growth for fact is, it is n. Okay, it's well and good. So now you come for the recurrence relation for tower of Hanoi. So tower of Hanoi, we are discussing with 3 pegs, peg 1, peg 2, peg 3. Okay, so 3 pegs, and we are moving from peg 1 to peg 3 using peg 2. So peg 1 is called source, peg 3 is called destination, and peg 2 we call it as auxiliary. Auxiliary is nothing but temporary. Okay, so what is the movement for step step 1? There are 3 steps. So what is step 1 will tell? So step 1 will have how many moves? Can anybody can tell? Step 1 will have n minus 1 moves. Okay, good. So step number 2, step number 2, it is 1. Step number 3, okay. Step number, it is nth disk, or you can take it as moves is only 1. That is from peg 1 to peg 3. So for n minus, finally, for step 3, so step 3, it is n minus 1 from where to where? Step 3 from where to where? So step 3. So step 3 is auxiliary to destination. Okay, good. Not from peg 1 to peg 3. Sorry. Peg 1 to peg 3 is step 2. So final step is step 3, that is from auxiliary to destination. So what is the recurrence relation we have? What is the total recurrence relation of Tower of Hanoi? So what is that recurrence relation? You have step number 1 plus step number 2 plus step number 3. So that will be the recurrence relation that we have seen for go with this particular algorithm. So under this algorithm, we can tell if there is only one disk. So see here, n is nothing but disk. So source, destination using auxiliary. Okay, if there is only one disk, what you will do? You will move the disk from source to destination. Else, if n is greater than 1, that means n is equal to 2, n is equal to 3. If that is the case, what you will do? So first you move the n minus 1th disk. That means keep the last disk as it is. Remaining how many disks you are having? Apart from last disk, you move all from source to auxiliary. Now you move the last disk from source to destination. And finally, move the n minus 1 disk from auxiliary to destination. So coming for the recurrence relation. So recurrence relation, I can tell you, first step is n minus 1, that you take it as m of n minus 1. Second step is 1, because you are moving one disk from peg 1 to peg 3. So next you have n minus 1. So n minus 1 is for, so moving from auxiliary to destination, that is peg 2 to peg 3. So n minus 1 plus 1 plus n minus 1. So entire thing we taken it as m n minus 1 plus m n minus 1 is equal to 2m n minus 1. 2m n minus 1 plus 1. Similarly, if n is greater than 1, this is the recurrence relation. If there is only one disk, what you will do? So recurrence relation will be 1, because you will directly move from, if there is only one disk, what will be the case? You will be moving from peg 1 to peg 3. If number of disk or more, so what you will do? You will go with 2m n minus 1 plus 1. Okay, so now this is the recurrence relation for Tower of Hanoi. So Tower of Hanoi recurrence relation is m of n is equal to 2m n minus 1 plus 1 for n greater than 1. And if there is only one disk, that means m of 1 is equal to 1. So it will show how many moves you are required. Okay. So are you people understanding? Are you people understanding? Okay. So now what we have found out the recurrence relation here. So this is the recurrence relation. That is step number 4. Okay. So step number 4 is find the recurrence relation. Step number 5 is solve the recurrence relation. So now we solve the recurrence relation by method of backward substitution. So what is the relation we have taken? M of n. So m of n you write. Next you go with m in place of n you write n minus 1. In place of n you write n minus 2. So substitute. So for n you substitute m of n minus 1. So when you write in place of n, if you write n minus 1, what will be the case? So it will be n minus 1 minus 1. So n minus 1 is equal to what? So n minus 1 is equal to what? Can anyone answer here? So for n you substitute. It's not minus 2. Sorry, I'm giving with n. In place of n, you substitute what? N minus 1. N minus 1 minus 1. You will get it as n minus 2. Okay, good. So that's why here we have put it as 2m n minus 2 plus 1. Okay, so now you substitute the entire thing here. 2 you keep it as it is. So in place of m of n minus 1, what you will write? 2m n minus 2 plus 1. So written plus 1. So 2 into 2, 2 square m n minus 2 plus 2 plus 1. Okay, now for n minus 2, again you substitute what? For n, you substitute n minus 2. So n minus 2 minus 1. So what is n minus 2 minus 1? Now you tell me n minus 2 minus 1 is equal to what? So that's why we have written it as n minus 3 plus 1. So now you substitute the entire thing in place of n minus 2, you write. So 2 square n minus 2, you will be writing it as 2m n minus 3 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. So that will be written like this. 2 square into 2 will be given as 2 cube. 2 cube m n minus 3 plus 2 square into 1 will be given as 2 square plus 2 plus 1. So now this is the power you are getting. So now you finally for the power, you substitute what? I. So for here you are getting 2 power 1, here you are getting 2 power 2, here you are getting 2 power 3. So remaining things, you have to see it here. So all the powers you substitute I. So here we take it as 2, 2 power I m n minus I plus 2 to the power I minus 1, 2 to the power I minus 2, dot, 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 up to 1. So that's why we are taken only to two concepts, that is 2m, 2i m n minus I plus 2i minus 1. So that is the only these two things we have taken. Now since the initial condition is specified for n is equal to 1, which is achieved as I is equal to n minus 1. Initial condition is what? If there is only one disk, that will be the initial condition. So for that, you put I is equal to n minus 1. Now you substitute I is equal to n minus 1. What you will get? 2 to the power n minus 1 m n minus 1. So here we are substituting the entire thing. So n minus into minus plus 1. So plus n and minus n will get cancelled. It is m power 1 plus 2 to the power n minus 1 minus 1. So what is m of 1? So here you can see m of 1 is equal to 1. So that's why m of 1 is equal to 1. 2 to the power n minus 1 into 1 is equal to 2 to the power n minus 1 plus 2n minus 1 minus 1. So that's why we taken 2n minus 1, 2 to the power n minus 1 is the relation. So this is the recurrence relation we have taken. So 2 power n is the order. What is the order for the tower of Hanoi? So tower of Hanoi order is 2 power n. So what is 2 power n? What is the order for 2 to the power of n means? So if it is 2 to the power n, what is the order? If it, so 2 to the power of n is, it is, we are taking it as exponential. Okay. Okay, well and good. Now you come for the last one, binary. Binary recursion. Okay. So what they have, we have already seen this particular example in non-recursive algorithm. So binary recursion. So binary recursion for n. What is the input you are having? It is a positive decimal integer n. Okay. So what is the output you will be getting? Number of binary digits in n's binary representation. Okay. So if it is, what is the binary value for one? For one, it will be 0, 0, 1. For two, it will be 0, 1, 0. For three, it will be 0, 1, 1, like that. Okay. So now for binary representation, how to convert a decimal to binary? Can anybody can tell how to convert decimal to binary? Can anybody can tell what you do? How in order to convert decimal number into binary, what is the method you use? Anybody? How you convert? I will give you a decimal number 5. So how you convert it into binary? Divide by 2. Divide by 2. If I give 10, okay, I will give the value 5. 5 by 2 is equal to 2.5. Will you get it any decimal number? 5 by 2, you are telling you are dividing it by 2. Okay. So 5 by 2 will give you 2.5. So how to get the binary digits? So binary, it will be 0 and 1. How you will be getting? No idea. Try. What is the, you know the binary value for 5. How you will get that one? For 5, the binary value is what? 101. How you will be getting? Anybody can answer? No one? Okay, I will tell you. Divide the number by 2 and take the remainder. That will give you, the remainder will give you the binary. Okay. So if you are having value 2, okay. So 2 2s are 4. What is the remainder? You will be getting 1. Next, take the number 4, divide it by 2. What is the remainder you will be getting? It will be 0. So next you take the value 2. So, okay, good. So somebody has tried this particular thing. Pratima, it's well and good. So it is for first you take 5, divide it by 2. 2 2s are 4 with one remainder. You have to tell the word remainder. So that will give you the answer. So, but you have told divide by 2. But dividing by 2 will always give you the value quotient only. Keep that one in your mind. So what you have to tell, take the remainder. So remainder you have to take. Okay. So first you have taken 5. So divide it by 2. 2 2s are 4 with remainder 1. Again divide it by 2. You will be getting 1 with 0. So take from lower order 101. That will be the representation. So that means you have to take the remainder of the division. Not divide by 2 is the operation. Okay, I got. But the thing is, you have to take the remainder. Okay. So what is the relation for that? So you will be dividing the number by 2. So the reconciliation will be taken as n by 2. So n by 2, if it is n is greater than 1. If n is greater than 1, it will be n by 2. If n is equal to 1, it will be 1. So that's why we have written as plus 1. So what is this plus 1? Plus 1 is for what reason? So can you tell? Plus 1 they have taken. Plus 1 it's for what reason? N by 2 is for, if it is n value is 2, 3, 4, 5, you will be divided, you will be having n by 2. Okay. So what is the reason for taking this plus 1? Is tell me what is the reason here to take this plus 1? So if n value is 2, 3, 4, 5, you can divide it by 2. Okay. So if 2 numerator should be greater than denominator. That's why you go, if for 2, you can get the value. For 3, you can get the value. For 5, 4 and all. It is numerator is greater than denominator. You can divide and you can get. But what if value is 1? If the value is 1, numerator is lesser than denominator. You can't divide that particular thing. At that case, you go for this one. If n is equal to 1, you will be returning it as return 1. So if n is not 2, if it is not 1, so you can easily divide it. So if it is not 1, what can be the cases? It can be 2, 3, 4, 5, or any other number. So that's why what is the reconciliation we have? It is n by 2 plus 1. Okay. So it is a of n. So you can go with a of n means a, why you have taken a, you can assume it as addition. Basic operation is addition. Okay. So that's why we are taking the reconciliation is a of n is equal to a of n by 2 plus 1. So now you assume n is equal to 2 to the power k. Just you substitute. So a of 2 power k is equal to, what is n value? 2 power k divided by 2. So 2 power k divided by 2 can be given as, so 2 power k divided by 2 power 1. So you can write it as 2 power k. So lower 2 power 1 will move upwards. So it can be written as 2 power k minus 1. So I will give you the syntax, that is 2 to the power k divided by 2 to the power 1. So what you can write it as? Have you understood? So 2 to the power k divided by 2 to the power 1. So is equal to what? So that one 2 power k divided by 2 power 1. A power m by a power n is equal to a power m minus n. So similarly, you can write it as 2 power k minus 1. So here we have written 2 power k minus 1 plus 1. So minimum condition, if 2 power 0 is equal to 2 power 0 is equal to anything to the power 0, we take it as 0. Okay. So now you, this what is the, now what is the reconciliation for binary bin rec? So it will be a of 2 power k is equal to a of 2 power k minus 1 plus 1. This is the reconciliation. So now you substitute. Okay. So solve the reconciliation. So take 2 power k is equal to 2 power k minus 1 plus 1. So in place of k, you put k minus 1. If k minus 1, what is the case? K minus 1 minus 1. So substitute k is equal to k minus 1. You will be getting k minus 1 minus 1. That is k minus 2. So substitute it here. So you will be getting it as a 2 power k minus 2 plus 2. So now for k minus 2, you substitute k minus 3. So this will be the equation. So finally you substitute I 2 to the power k minus I plus I. So that can be taken as 2 to the power k minus k plus k. Okay. So thus we end up with, so 2 power k minus k is 0. So 2 to the power 0 is 0. So that will be taken as a of 1. So 0 plus k is equal to k. Okay. So after returning to original value, what is the n value? It is n is equal to 2 power k. So k will be taken as log n. Okay. So now you have to give the order. Okay. So you are getting it as k. Take n is equal to 2 power k. What the k we take? K is equal to log n to base 2. Okay. So now we get in terms of what will be the order? Order of efficiency is log n. So can you tell what is this log n means? What is the order of the growth for log n? Can anybody can tell? Order of the growth for log n. For log n, what is the order? So first you got constant 1. Next you will be getting log n. Next you get n. Next n log n, like that. So log n is there. What is the log n here? What is the order? Logarithmic. Okay. So it is has high time efficiency or low. So is it high time efficient or low? Good. It is high time efficient. First you will get which is the highest time efficient? Highest time efficient. Yes, it is a constant one. Lowest time efficient. Lowest time efficient. Factorial. Okay, good. Factorial is the answer. So I hope you understand. So that is up to reconciliation for binary representation. Okay. So that completes this particular thing. Now you come for the next important concept. So, so till now we have gone with asymptotic notations, mathematical analysis of non-recursive, and mathematical analysis of recursive. Now you come for the important problem types. So which are the important? So up to here, which are all the things we have done? So all those are very important from exam point of view. Okay. So first question will be completely covered from this. So second question you will be getting from mathematical analysis also. Okay, first question 1A, B, C. So it will cover 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So question, second question A, B, C, you will be getting 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so I have given this. This is a representation. Now you come for important problem types. Which are the important problem types? It is a dry theory. So all mathematical part are finished. So now you are having only the theory concepts. So you have already discussed with. So first important type of problems we are having is sorting, searching, string processing, graph, and combinatorial. So these are the important topics we have. So what is the sorting we do? Sorting is rearrange the items in non-decreasing order. So non-decreasing order means whether it is increasing or decreasing. So they have given it as word non-decreasing order. So non-decreasing means, so it will be increasing order. Okay, good. So there is no algorithm that would be best suitable, best solution in all situations. So two properties we have to go through. So first property is algorithm is stable and in place. So if it is stable means If the algorithm is said to be stable, if it preserves the order of any two equal elements in the input. So for algorithm, we call it as stable. Okay, so if it preserves the relative order, we have gone with the various order of the growth. So which are the order of the growth? Start with 1 and up to n factorial, all the order of the growth. So for whatever the sorting of elements, you have to preserve the same order. So if you are taking less elements, it should not take one order. If you are taking more elements, it should not take one order. First property of sorting is to use different sorting techniques like selection sort, insertion sort, bubble sort, whatever. So all the algorithms should preserve same order. Okay. So next one is in place. That means if one algorithm is taking some space, the other algorithm should also take that much space only. No extra memory should be given. If searching is taken 1 GB, so if bubble sort is taken 1 GB, so merge sort, quick sort, whatever sort you take, so everything should come under 1 GB only. That is in place. That's why we call it as no extra memory. Okay. So what are the two things of the sorting? So its algorithm should be stable to preserve the order. Next, it should be in place. Okay. So come for the searching. So under searching, we have linear search and binary search. So under linear search, we search the key element with each and every element starting from first to last. Okay. But in binary search, we divide the entire array into two. Okay. So which takes more time? Can you tell? Linear search or binary search? Which takes more time? Which takes more time? Linear search. Okay. So linear search will take more time to search for a given element because it starts from first element up to last element until the key is found. But not the case in binary search. Binary search will divide an array into two types. So first it will take in leftmost search, next it will search in righter part. First in lefter part, next in righter part. So it will not search in entire thing. Okay. So that is the searching we have seen. The other important problems are string processing. So string processing, we take it as, so you take any string operations. So which are the string functions? Can you tell? So which are the string functions? String built-in functions we have seen. Which are the string built-in functions? String copy. Next, only one. String length. Next, apart from string copy, string length, string compare. So string concatenate. Okay, all this will come under string processing. That are the other important problems we are having. Graph problems. So graph, we have gone with adjacency matrix and adjacency list. So that we shall discuss in the next upcoming class. Graph problems, we have finding adjacency list and adjacency matrix and some combinatorial problems. So combinatorial problems. So example, so you have studied all the combinatorial problems in DMS. So can you name some concepts, combinatorial problems? Combinatorial problems in DMS. Which are those? So we have gone with combinatorial problems. by using set theory problems, set theory, next pigeonhole principle. So relations, one to one, on to functions, all this will come under combinatorial problems. Okay, so these are the some of the important problems what we are going to see here. So combinatorial problems, what are the main case? It grows extremely fast with problem size. So it grows extremely fast with a problem size. There is no known algorithm for solving such problems in acceptable amount of time. So all the DMS concepts, the relations, functions, Cartesian product, pigeonhole principles, so permutations, combinations, everything will come under combinatorial problems. So which are the important problems you can easily write? One is sorting. What are the properties? It should be stable and in place. So searching, linear and binary you have to write. So string processing, you write some string handling functions. So graph, we go with the adjacency list and adjacency matrix, and then the combinatorial problems. Okay, so all the permutation and combinatorial problems can be solved using these algorithms. Okay, so understood up to this particular class? Understood? Kindly reply all the concepts. Only one used to reply. What about the others? Are you people there, right? So if you have understood or if you have not got anything, kindly tell in the chat box. So I can explain it again because all these are very, very important for exam point of view. Okay. So this is up to important problem types. And finally, the last concept we are discussing is fundamental data structures that we shall see in the next upcoming classes. Okay. So I hope you all got understood. So I've uploaded the notes also. So notes in Google Classroom. So PPT material, lecture notes, problems, solved problems I've given in the classroom. So kindly go through that particular things. Okay. So so remaining thing I will be discussing the next upcoming classes. So thank you all. Take care. Stay home. Bye from everyone.